Hello students, how are you? Today we shall begin our new chapter, that is polynomials. We have studied about polynomials in class 8 and 9, and we shall study about them in more detail, some more typical questions in this class. So our chapter is polynomials, and chapter number is 3. Chapter number 3, polynomials. In class 7, 8 and 9, we have solved polynomials like this: x plus 2y, or something like this, like for example x square plus 2x, 4x, or 2x, 4 plus 4x plus 2. We have solved like questions like this. Which on solving gave us values of x. That means values of these variables. And what does this value did? Let me show you. Let me help you in the help. Let me solve it by the method of splitting the middle term, which we have done in the class 9. I can split down 4x in the form of 2x and 2x. Why so? Because product of first term and fourth in the third term is 4x square. 4 into x square is 4x square, and middle term is 4x. Since both the sign of the first term and sign of the last term are same, so we shall split the middle term. We shall make two parts, but split the middle term in such a manner that when we add both of these parts, we can get this middle term back, and if we multiply them, then we can get 4x square. Because multiplication of 4 on x square, 4 and x square is 4x square. So say, if I split them in 2x and 2x, then while I will add them, then I will get 4x, and if I will multiply them, I will get 4x square. Now I start solving. I can take x common from first two term, so I take x as common, and in the bracket it is that is x plus 2, because x is being taken common, so 1x from this x square went out and came here and remained 1x, so that is that x. In the 2x there was only 1x, I brought out as common here, so here it will remain 2. From here I can take common 2. Because 2 and 4 both can be divided by 2. So I take 2 as common, and I will get x plus 2 again. Why? Here, from here I took out 2 as common, it came here. From here 4 can be written in the form of 2 into 2, and I took 1, 2 from them outside as common, so I got x plus 2. So these are the factors of this is how we factorize the polynomials which we have done in class 8 and which we have done in class 9. In 9th class, we have done one more thing. What we have done that x plus 2, we know that every factor is equal to 0 because value of all the factor is 0 and all the value of polynomial is 0 also. So, or on transposition I can get x is equal to minus 2 went here, sign was plus, by the rules of transposition sign change and became minus 2. Similarly, for the second one also, x plus 2 is equal to 0 or x is equal to minus. Now these minus 2 and minus 2, these are called zeros of the polynomial. These are called zeros of polynomial. And why do they are called zeros of the polynomial? Because these are not zero. This is minus 2 and this is minus 2. These are negative number. We can have positive integers also, and that none of them is zero. So why these are called zero? We have studied it in class 9th. Let me repeat it again. Now what happens if I put this minus 2 in the place of this was our polynomial x square plus 4x plus 4. Now what happens is x is equal to minus 2, which means value of x is minus 2. Now what will happen if I substitute minus 2 from x? Now I substituted x by minus 2. That means whenever or wherever I was having x, I substituted it. Two square. Square of 2 is 4. So it comes out 4 plus. Why? Because this is minus 2 and minus 2. Minus 2 is a negative integer, and negative integer multiplied with negative integer. That means minus 2 multiplied by minus 2, answer will be in positive integer. So plus 4. Minus 2 multiplied by plus 4, that is minus 8. Because minus 2 is negative integer and 4 is positive integer, that's why answer will be negative integer and plus 4. Now if we add this 4 and this 4, because both are having same sign, this 4 and this 4 are having same sign, so I can add them. So I add them. 4 plus 4, 8. 8 minus 8, that is 0. This is the reason that these values of x, minus 2 and minus 2, or it can be different also, minus 2 and minus 3, 3, 4, any number. That's why the values of variables are in a polynomial are called zeros of the polynomial. I repeat again. Values of variable can be anything x, y, z, any letter of alphabet, and number can be negative integer and positive integer in value. So that value by which whole the polynomial becomes 0, the total value of polynomial becomes 0, that value of variable is called 0, because by putting that value of particular variable, the total value of complete polynomial is coming 0. This is why these are called zeros. Now, in mathematics, we generalize everything. So in general, in math, we write a quadratic polynomial in the form of ax square plus bx plus c. This is the form of a quadratic polynomial. Quadratic polynomial are those polynomial, let me repeat again, let me help you recalling. Quadratic polynomials are those polynomials which have their highest power is 2. In quadratic polynomial, highest power is 2. So this is the general form of a quadratic polynomial ax square plus bx plus c. Now what are these a, b and c? A is coefficient of x. Coefficient means anything which is being multiplied by x square. It can be a number just like our previous example. Here one was a coefficient and one we do not write. B is coefficient of x. In our case, it was 4 x square plus 4x. In this case, b was 4 and c is that number whose value is constant. That's why c constant. So we know that value of 4 is constant. 4 we can use for anywhere, but it will remain 4. Its value will not change. So this is constant. This is how we represent what is the this is how we represent a polynomial in general terms. And let me remind you that these coefficients, that is a, b and c, a and b and c, they can be negative integer also and they can be other variable also. For example, here we can have a zx square we can have. Here z is coefficient because it is being multiplied by x square or x z square. Now x is coefficient by because power of 2 is on z. Now we have studied and we will study and we may study some like these. Now here is sign of minus, but here is not a sign of minus. Explanation of this is, see, just like those extra loving parents, especially grandparents, who always maintain that their kid, their granddaughter, their grandson is very good, and if anything wrong is with him or her, that thing is due to his or her friends. मेरा बच्चा बहुत अच्छा है लेकिन उसके दोस्त ही क्या करें, उसके दोस्त खराब है. Just like that, our these variables, it could be x, y, z, anything. These variables are good kids, good children. They cannot be negative. But here is negative. So what can be negative? These coefficients are of negative values, which means this is like this. The difference is coefficient b is equal to minus 4. B is minus 4. Which means by the convention, no variable can be negative. If there is a negative sign of negative, then coefficient is negative. This is said. Now let us move and see what are the relationship between the coefficients and zeros. Let me write it so you could understand it. Relation zeros. We will study about the relation between coefficients and zeros. So what is the relation? In the example of our example of x square 4x plus 4 factor 12 x plus 2 and x plus 2. So this first constant part means the part which is having constant value or fixed value. So first one, this is called alpha. Spelling A-L-P-H-A. This is called alpha. And second one, this one is called beta. And sign is like this. It is just like B. Line of this B is longer. This is beta. So this can now again for the factors we have a general form. First one is alpha and second constant is second constant part is beta. Now these constant parts are zeros of the polynomial. We have just seen that these constant parts, that means numerical values, numbers, are zeros of the polynomial. So first zero is called alpha and second zero is called beta. Now what will we do? That we shall again write down the general form of polynomial ax square plus bx plus c. Now what will I do? That I will divide first term, second term and third term, all the three terms by a. It means divided by a, divided by a and divided by a. All the three terms are being divided by a, that value, that is the coefficient of x square, that is a. I shall divide all the three terms, first, second, third term, by the value of a. This value can be anything. I shall just keep in mind, in the first step I have to divide all the three steps, first, second and third term, by the value of coefficient, that is a. Now a divided by a, answer 0. So now comes to the part of b upon a. This and this became c upon a. Now what happens? That minus b upon a minus b upon a is equal to alpha plus beta. Which means minus b upon a will be equal to alpha plus beta. Alpha and beta are the zeros of given polynomial. So this middle term minus b upon a is equal to alpha plus beta, and last term, that is c upon a, is equal to alpha into beta. In mathematics language we say that middle term, I repeat that middle term is sum of zeros, because here we are adding them. So middle term is sum of zeros, and last term, that is c, that constant, that is product of 0. Here alpha and beta are being multiplied. So this is product of 0. Now how it is done? What is the meaning of this? Let me explain you this by an example. Let us take an example in which we will get in which we will have everything. Now here we will have 3x square plus 5x plus 2. Here, first of all, let's see here. A is 3, B is 5, this, and C is 2. Now, first of all, I will solve it. So I start solving it. X square plus 3x plus 2x plus 2. I broke down 5x in two terms, that is 3x and 2x, because if I am adding them, then I am getting 5x, and if I am multiplying them, then I am getting 3 to the 6x, and x multiplied by x, that is 6x square. And why it is so? Because if I am multiplying the third term, that is 2, and first term, that is 3x square, I am getting 6x square. Now I can take 3 as common, 3x as common, so I took 3x as common, and I got x plus 1. Then I took 2 common from here, and I got x plus 1. Okay. Now I can write down it as x plus 1 and 3x plus 2. These are two factors of polynomial 3x square plus 5x plus 2. Factors are x plus 1 and 3x plus 2. What I did, I split the middle term, then I took the common. Here common was 3x, here common was 2. I got x plus 1 inside of the bracket, and outside of the bracket I got 3x and 2. Then I close these common in a separate bracket and this in a separate bracket. Now I am writing it out. Now the x plus 1 is equal to 0, because we know that both the factors are, total value of both the factors are 0. On transposition I will get minus 1 because 1 went here. It was having sign of positive, so it became negative. So first is minus 1. And remember, if you remember, you can remember, then you will remember that first is alpha. So alpha is minus 1. Now the second one, 3x plus 2. 3x plus 2 is equal to 0. Here is equal to minus 2. 2 went here. It was positive, it became negative. And x is equal to minus 2 upon 3. 3 was multiplying here. By the rule, it starts dividing here. So second is, so beta is minus 2. 2/3. Now, what I know b upon a. To calculate b upon a, I will divide 3x square, 5x, and 2 by coefficient of the first term, that is 3. So 3, 3, and 3. 3. b upon a minus b upon a is equal to alpha plus beta, and c upon a is equal to alpha into beta bingo. So let us see if it happens or not. What I did actually is divided all the three terms by 3. Now let us see what happens. Alpha plus beta. Alpha is -1 and beta is -2/3. Both have same sign, so I can add them. Is LCM by the method of, because both of them are, one of them is rational, both of them are rational number. So here denominator is 1. 3 divided by 1, answer 3. Minus 1 into 3 and minus 2 into 1. Why? Because 3 divided by 3, 3 divided by 3, answer is 1. And we got minus 3 minus 5 upon 3. Minus 3 minus 2 upon 3. Because both of them having same sign, they will add. So minus 5 upon 2. What we did, we just simply added alpha and beta. Now we know that alpha plus beta is equal to minus b upon a. Here minus b of 5 minus 5/3 is equal to minus b upon a. Minus and minus cancel each other with each other. So b upon a is equal to 5. B was 5. B was 5. A was 3. This is how we compare. Now let us see about C upon A. C upon A, that is alpha into beta. Alpha is -1 and beta is -2/3. 2/3 multiplied by 1. If any number is being multiplied by 1, it remains same. But -1 is also negative integer and -2/3 is negative integer. So it becomes C upon A is equal to 2/3. Now in previous minus b upon A was 3. If we compare numerator to numerator and denominator to denominator, then C is 2 and A is 3. In the previous one, when we had minus b upon A, then there was b upon 5 and A was 3. So in both the cases denominator was or is, in both the cases denominator is 3. So A is 3. B is 5 and C is 2. And A is coefficient of x square, B is coefficient of x, middle term, and C is last term. This is how these zeros are related to the coefficients. In the next class, we shall study about them in some more detail when we shall solve some questions. Thank you. Have a nice day. God bless you.